school listens to Bon Jovi. She told the teacher she wears a hearing aid.
Show of Hands and the Indigo Girls are two bands that toured together this summer, two bands who are already getting a lot of attention. Show of Hands sprung up from the University of California music scene, and they were quickly dubbed the Peter, Paul, and Mary of the 80s folk music resurgence. Well, if you think that handle is bad, wait till you hear about the Indigo Girls. They were called the New Female Dylans. Mind you, who hasn't been called the new Dylan? But we're not going to hold that against them, and neither did REM or Hot House Flowers, who appeared on the Indigo Girls' debut album. Now, they toured together, so we're going to present them together, which may serve to highlight their similarities and also their differences. One of those being the way they went about getting a record deal.
We decided we wanted to present the music to IRS very basically and live, and the stairwell at MCA World Headquarters is a tall one and has lots of natural reverb in it, which made us sound good. And we went and lassoed the company president, Jay Boberg, and Stacy Bannett, the head of IRS A&R, took them to the stairwell, and in the company of some secretaries that were going to lunch and paused in the stairwell, we played a few songs for them and talked, and they decided to have us do a record.
At the time when the major label deal came calling, you weren't interested in that or weren't looking for it. Is that true? Or?
It's partially, I mean, it's true. We never really, you know, most people think that getting a major record deal is like the ultimate goal, and success and fame and fortune and all that. And those were never really where our interests were, but we did shop our independent album around, just kind of like to throw it out and see what the record companies thought, and of course they all rejected it promptly, and we were like, well, oh well.
Good.
That's what we were going to get an independent label, but then Epic showed a keen interest. As soon as the guy from Epic heard us, he was like all over it, you know, all over the music, and it was just a matter of weeks after that, but they were really the only ones.
It occurs to me that aside from a number of other similarities you have with the Indigo Girls, who you're touring with, that in both first singles from both your records, the word clarity is referred to. And in a sense, that's really what the essence of the bands are all about, isn't it?
That's sort of what it's all about. The idea of the group is uncovering. We talk about the difference between the real world and the true world. People always use the real world to sort of bring you back, to limit you. They say, come back to the real world, you know, and we're trying to see through those limitations.
Yeah, it's a lot of soul searching. I mean, our album is just filled with soul searching, bleeding heart stuff, you know, but I mean, everybody's looking. As long as you're alive and you're a human being, you don't stop looking for one thing or another. And we're really looking for kind of like a sense of balance or harmony, however you want to call it. I mean, we really believe that people can come together, you know, as much as that sounds like a hippie, passé thing to say. Amy and I both really believe that. But you got to get through all the dirt first.
I'm trying to tell you something about my life. Maybe give me insight between black and white. And the best thing you ever done for me used to help me take my life less seriously. It's only life after all. Yeah.
Why do you think that an acoustic treatment is the best way to present your ideas?
It keeps the focus a little more direct. I don't know. I mean, some of the songs could work with a band, a full band, electric. I don't know. Maybe it keeps the vocals out front more.
One of the things that the producer David Kirschenbaum did on the album was present the songs in a very basic way. It seems a little slick to us because when we play live, we just do it with mostly acoustic instruments. We play electric bass, but we wanted to present the songs very bare bones, so there weren't as many distractions.
They get convoluted if you start getting into it. The technology is just incredible, and you can do so many things. And you start getting tempted, well, you know, to do overdubs and like layering stuff. And if you keep it acoustic, you're less tempted to do that, and it's just the songs that come through and not a bunch of production.
When there's a pathway close at hand, and I strive each day, as if tomorrow will go away, and from the instant between those days, I can see I tried too hard. I can see I tried too hard. I can't deal with the half-open heart. Dreams upon my back, the news
out this record separately, both on your own. Is there any chance that maybe in the future you will actually get together and co-write material?
Like, she likes to write in total silence. I like to have a lot of stuff going on, like be in the middle of a bar. I mean, it would be hard. It would be a very weird song.
We've tried a few times to write together. I think we all agree that to try to communicate something is difficult enough by yourself, but when you have three people going at it, it sort of dilutes the message, I think. I've always found my favorite songwriters just write songs by themselves, and it's like one-on-one communication, you know?
We tried hard in choosing the songs for the album to get a body of material that represented some common ground in our point of view. We have a lot of songs.
Yeah, well, you have a lot of points of view on the record, too.
Yeah, hopefully it's focused enough, though. We worried about that because there's a pretty big range of styles and kind of ideas.
Looking for clarity in the clouds. I've been patient for too long now. I've been patient for too long now. Time passes by. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountains. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. And the less I seek my source for some definitive, closer I am to find.
Still ahead on the new music, Carl Perkins Rock.
You're going to do a tune from here, and in fact, you heard Billy Bragg do it, did you not?
That's right. We first heard Billy Bragg do it, and we traced the song back to its writer, who is Dick Gaughan. He's a Scottish folk singer. We thought it was a great song, so we wanted to do it. It's called Think Again.
And what's the tune about?
It's about Russian-American relations as seen from a European point of view. They're sort of in the middle, and
he's from Scotland.
Yeah. It's one song that we were told we probably wouldn't be able to play in China, but we did anyway and found like no one had a problem with it. So
I'm going to do this again because it's well worth the effort. It's called Show of Hands. Check it out. And you cannot just idly skip by this album. You must jump in with both feet. Show of Hands.
Do you think that the Russians won war?
These are the parents of children who died in the last one. Do you think that it's possible, knowing their past, that they'd ever consider repeating the last, when 20 million was slaughtered by Nazi invasion? Midnight fighting on our side, you know, in a fight to defend all mankind against Nazi terror and hatred. In the name of humanity, bitterly torn, in the name of our children as yet to be born. Before we do that which can never be undone, I beg of you, think again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Do you think that the Russians won war? They're the sons and the daughters of parents who died in the last one. Do you think that they want to go through that again? The destruction, the bloodshed, the suffering and pain in the Second World War. Out of every 3 dead, one was Russian. If we try with all of our power, can we not find a way to peacefully settle our difference? In the name of humanity, bitterly torn, in the name of our children as yet to be born. Before we do that which can never be undone, I beg of you, think again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Do you think that the Russians won war? Will the voice of insanity lead you to total destruction?
Will you stumble to death as though you were blind? Will you cause the destruction of all humankind? Will you die because you don't like their political system?
There will be no survivors, you know.
No one left to scream in the night and condemn our stupidity. In the name of humanity,
It's one.
in the name of our children has yet to be born. Before we do that which can never be undone, I beg of you, think again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
Come on, you guys.